Hi, this is KK, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Well, I've been getting massive requests for an interview with KK, and we finally have with us one of my favorite singers, KK, with us. Pleasure having you on Bollywood Hungama.
Thanks, Faridoon. It's a pleasure to be
Thank you
with
very
you.
much.
I mean, we connected after many years.
We have.
Yeah, it
we
feels
have.
good. Feels
And
good.
the best part is, I think you're still the same.
So are you.
So, Annie, I'm saying from this perspective that I've always remembered one thing, and I've always respected about you that you're like very, very family oriented, and you give your heart out in the studio. You like to sleep early, and you're not into parties.
Yeah.
How important is that aspect of showbiz for you?
I primarily feel that your work should speak for itself by itself. You don't need to kind of socialize to get work. I mean, if you were to look at it, but I do socialize when I meet people. No, what I'm trying to say,
Right.
I'm not antisocial. Perhaps I'm a little asocial because I don't feel comfortable in a crowd. But when I go to a studio, when I meet people, then I really love being with them and creating the whole process of creating some music and all makes me feel good, and I feel like that time's been well spent. But otherwise, other than that, yeah, perhaps maybe parties and all. I don't know. I mean, I've never connected to that whole idea of partying with people. If it's a huge crowd, maybe I would party with one or two friends because then you can give them that attention and that time. Otherwise, it's just like you're like a butterfly. You're in a garden and you're jumping around with flowers and just saying hi and just hugging people and then moving on to the next. And so it just kind of feels, for me, I'm talking for myself. I just feel that I I don't do justice to the fact that I'm with a friend. I need to spend some time with a friend. I need to sit with that person and chat up for a bit. Otherwise, it's just like meeting someone randomly and shaking hands and moving on. Then you feel like, अरे यार मैं बैठ नहीं पाया उसके साथ. So I feel that it's when I meet people, I make sure that there's enough time with that person, whoever it is, so that we have lots to chat about.
You started off in 90s. You sang a lot of jingles. I think more than 3,500 jingles. And then your first piece of music came in Marches. You sang that portion.
Chhod,
aaye,
जो ऊंची वाली line है.
Yes. So tell us about your beginning and how was your struggle?
Faridoon, I came from Delhi in '94. My wife Jyoti was expecting our first child, and before that, in Delhi, I was doing some jingles, producing, had a band, performing, But it was not like a very firm thing, Just feel ठीक है, चल रहा है, थोड़ा एडवर्टाइजिंग का काम चल रहा है, थोड़ा जिंगल्स प्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँ. लेकिन मेरे को पता नहीं उस वक्त लगता था कि कुछ परमानेंट नहीं है. मतलब ऐसे फील कि यार ये तो ठीक है, चल रहा है, पर क्या. So Jyoti used to tell me that I think we should go to Bombay. You should try your luck there, because यहाँ पर क्या होगा. In the sense, दिल्ली में तो उतना ही काम होता था. और जिंगल्स भी बनते थे, वो स्क्रैच ही होते थे.
Right.
फाइनल तो सब यहीं होते थे, मुंबई में डब होते थे. फिर एक दिन क्या हुआ कि KJ was doing a jingle, KJ Singh,
KJ Singh.
and his dear friend, and he came and dubbed a voice here, and the client, whatever, I mean, like it sounded good, but they liked my scratch better, so they said, no, we want that guy. So I dubbed that. I came here and dubbed that, and it was hardly 30-second jingle, But I was so happy. फिर मेरे दोस्तों ने बोला था कि मेरी आवाज़ आई है उस एड में, रिलीज होगी. और मेरे दोस्तों सब बहुत यार तेरी आवाज़ हमने सुनी टीवी पे, बहुत अच्छा लगा. एंड आई आल्सो फेल्ट वेरी गुड. आई सेड वाओ. I said, yeah, I think I should go to Bombay, Slowly, that inkling, that whole need to shift. Because I would have just been a singer there, I would have never gotten substantial work to do.
Right.
So, 94 we moved here. And of course, initially it didn't pan out the way I thought it would, because I wanted to do my own album, I'll be very honest. I had no interest in doing playback at that point. So I said, album के लिए क्या करें? So I went and met Magna Sound, Crescendo, all these people. I had 2 songs of mine in English which I recorded. वहाँ पर दिल्ली में करके आया था मैं. एक मैंने खुद कंपोज किया था और मेरे एक दोस्त पंकज हैं, एक उनके साथ किया था. उन्होंने एक गाना बनाया था, जैसे तू गा दे यार. मैंने कहा ठीक है. So I got that and I came here. I met the music labels and they said very nice, but they were not into that kind of music at that point. They want to rap and other things, So they asked me point blank, do you rap? I said, no, I don't rap at that point. I mean, I didn't. I still don't, but I mean, of course, I like listening to people rap, but at that time I didn't. So I said, no, I don't rap, but this is what I do, हाँ पर अभी ना इसका स्पेस नहीं है, तो maybe we'll get back to you. So basically ना तो जैसे कट ले भाई, अभी तो कुछ काम नहीं है, तो I said thank you so much and I split. I said ठीक है, अभी नहीं हो रहा शायद, and then I met Hariharan in Mumbai. He had come to Delhi once, and I was performing at one of the rooftop restaurants in Delhi at a five-star hotel. I was substituting for a friend. He was not well, so I was subbing him, and I was there for a few months, So I was singing, and Hariharan was there. So I was singing a couple of songs, whatever, and then he called me from there. He was sitting with his wife, and I went. I said, "Hello, nice to meet you." It was a big, for me, it was a pleasure to meet him. And I love his voice, so I said, "Lovely meeting you." He said, "Tu yahan kya kar raha hai?" I didn't understand what he's saying, I said, "So what are you doing here? You should get the hell out of here. Come to Bombay." I said, "Yeah, I'll do that." He said, "No, I really mean it. This is okay. Starting, ठीक है. Come to Bombay." So बात सही मेरे कहीं जहन में रह गई हुई. This I'm talking about 89, 90. This is early days after college, right after college.
Right.
Yeah. 91 I got married, so yeah, around that time.
Right.
So I came back home and I told Jyoti, I said, I met Hariharan. So she said, even I've been telling you, we should go. This is 91, huh? 91 से लेकर 94 तक मैं कुछ ना कुछ कर ही रहा था. I had a job also. When I got married, I had a job because I had to get a job to get married. So yeah, six months I did a job. Forget about that job aspect because it was perhaps the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today, because it helped me realize that you have to do what you believe in, or rather what gives you happiness. You can't struggle all your life and do something and one fine day just die without realizing what life is all about. So for me, that realization happened very early in life, thankfully so, thank God. And thank God my friends, and my family and my wife and my dad and mom who believed in that and who didn't in any way be what should I say, an opposing force. They were in fact very with it. When I left that job, my dad said, "ठीक है भैया, तेरे को क्या करना है?" I said, "I want to do music." He said, "It's your decision, you have to face the repercussions and anything whatsoever happens, it's your choice." I said, "Yes, it is my choice." So 94, come to Bombay. My uncle knows Hariharan. He's the friend together in school, so he fixed up a meeting, thankfully. It took a few months. I was here for a bit, and he said, "Acha, theek hai." He said, "Come home." I played those two songs. He heard them. He called Leslie on the phone and he said, "Ke आवाज़ सुन, नया लड़का है कोई, उसका नाम के है." And he played the recording, the two songs, maybe a little bit, not two songs. One song का जो था थोड़ा सा सुनाया. So Leslie said, उसको मेरे यहाँ पर भेज दे. I went there, I met Leslie, okay, and Leslie says, "Hi, I come." So he was recording something, some jingle. He finishes. He said, "Oh, are you free?" I said, "Yeah, I'm free." He said, "Come, I'll take you to Bandra. We just go for a drive." I said, "Okay." I sat in his car and I went to his studio, Purple Haze. It was being under
Purple Haze.
तब बन रहा था वो. It was under construction. He said, "I'm making my own studio." I said, "Wow," and all, So he said, "What do you like?" And he started playing guitar and I just sang a little bit. He said, "I'll call you." We sat for a bit. We chatted for about an hour and a half. Generally got to know each other, and I liked him a lot, and I think he liked me a lot too, because after that, soon enough, in a month or two, in a month, I think he called me. The day my son was born, actually, wow. Nakul, I had a recording to do with Leslie, my first jingle. Right. So I didn't, in the sense, the struggle period for me was, I would say, a couple of months when I came here to Bombay. It was a thing, I don't know anyone here. And I didn't want to go and meet people I don't know. It's very difficult, Faridoon, I don't know. I'm from a different generation of people where you kind of think that कुछ पहले कर लेते हैं फिर मिलेंगे. अगर तुम वैसे चले जाओ ना किसी के पास तो तुम्हारी कदर नहीं होती. You could be very good, but somehow in my mind now I had this thing about me, not an arrogance, don't get me wrong, but a kind of surety of the fact that I am good at what I do, but I have to get the chance to prove it. But I'm not going to go stand outside someone's door. I will never do that. I've never done that. I'll never do that even now. So maybe call it pride if you want to. I don't know if it's that, but I just had this belief in my whole system that the day I get a chance, I'll make sure that I make it happen for me. So when I did the first jingle for Les, we were there in Purple Haze. एक दो महीने में बन गया था. I did this with a 1 minute jingle. I did that song and it turned out very well. I loved the song, of course. Leslie was very happy. So I stepped out to take a leak into the loo, and I could hear this guy outside. He comes out of the studio and he said, "Oi," I want to use the words. He said, "Oi, this is a new guy who's come, man." The other guy asked him, "What is it?" "Naam pata nahi yaar, kuch KK hai, pata nahi Delhi se hai." And I can hear him. He's walking away from the loo that side to the, you know the Purple Haze, the pantry area, right? So he's going there and I can still hear him. So I've stopped peeing. I want to hear what's going on. All right, I want to hear what he's saying. So I'm saying, "Oh, he's going to give the run for the money here, man. He's damn good." So I'm like, "Oh God, this is really me he's talking about." I finished whatever and I come out and I pretend that I didn't hear him at all. And I go inside the studio and Leslie says, "Dude, it's damn good. They love it. The client loves it." I said, "Thank you so much," and I go back home feeling very happy. I still remember that day very vividly because it was culmination of a belief that I had that the day I get a chance to prove myself, I will not falter. And I didn't. I just made sure that I rose up to that space and I did my best. It was a 1 minute jingle, but I poured my heart out into that. It was a beautiful song. And after that, believe me, Faridoon, it just started. I mean, like, that was the day, 24th July 1994. And then it slowly started. In the next 5 years, like you rightfully said, I did about 3,500 jingles in 11 languages, all right, spanning almost any product we had in our country at that point. And I feel that a lot of my confidence, a lot of my ability to connect fast or quickly to a song stems from the fact that I did 5 years of advertising. Because advertising is very unforgiving, actually, you know, because if you're not good, you get someone else to do it. I mean, in films also it's the same. But I'm saying at that time, it's a 30-second jingle.
You have to prove it.
If the lyrics are there, feel it. Whether it's a start, mood, crescendo, सब कुछ आना चाहिए. 30 सेकंड का जिंगल है, तुम्हें करना है भाई उसमें. तुम ये नहीं कर सकते पूरा गाना बनाओ मेरे लिए, मैं मूड में हूँगा, ऐसा नहीं है. तो एक ability to focus on 3-4 lines and still say a lot. I think advertising taught me a lot. So that helps me even now when I sit into the studio. एक तो ये बात होती है कि मेरे को टाइम वेस्ट करना नहीं अच्छा लगता. अगर आप मेरे म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर हैं, सबसे पहले गाने लिख लूँगा, अगर है नहीं मेरे पास तो, और सुनते सुनते वो चलता रहेगा. तो आई एम ऑलरेडी इनटू दैट सॉन्ग बाय द टाइम I've written it down, and 2-3 times I'm into the song, so it seeps into me faster.
How did Chhod, aaye, galiyaan happen?
Chhod, aaye, galiyaan. Well, you know, Vishal and I were friends before Marches. He was doing some tele-serial music as well. I did Vishal के साथ मैंने I think I did Hit थी Hit है, बशीर ब्रदर साहब का लिखा हुआ गाना था. ये टोपी सर जिसके सर पे जो फिट है वो चल जाए जो हिट है, you know, it was like that kind of a song. It was very nice. It was well appreciated, and Vishal, I kind of I think hit it off as friends. I did quite a few jingles for him also that time, early days. And I had a keyboard. He didn't have a keyboard then, so I used to give it to him. I said, "You take it here, you use it," and you know, we like friends. You know, like, we all started. There were early days, 95, 96, very early days. All of us are like trying to find our own footing. And he used to tell me, I'm doing music, but I want to make films, you know. And now when I see him as a successful film director, it feels very good because that's what his dream was, you know. All of us get somewhere, and finally reach our, yes, this is what I want to do, you know. And that's where a calling gets us to. So he and I hit it off, and then Marches he was doing the song for Gulzar Saab's film, and he told me कि मैं film कर रहा हूँ. तो उसमें यार ये जो लाइनें हैं ना वो तू ही गाई हो. मैंने हाँ भाई. तो he played to me, मतलब हारमोनियम पे से, छोड़ाए हम वो गलियां, छोड़ाए हम वो गलियां.
Wow.
तो जो नोट थे ना वो मेरे को इतना अच्छा लगा. I said, wow, this sounds beautiful. And we did this recording in Andheri East at Pan Studios. तब उनका स्टूडियो था. And Gulzar Saab came and then he said, okay, I love it. I love this. The emotion that you put in. I'm going to use this line at the beginning of the film, and I'll sign off the film with it. Now see, for me, you know, those days, how to explain to you? I was not in awe of films. I've never been in awe. You know, like you can't go to a recording and be under pressure, in any kind of pressure. अभी हो सकता है कभी मुझे ये बहुत बड़ा गाना है, हाँ, बहुत अच्छी फिल्म है, बड़े एक्टर हैं. मेरे को तो गाने से मतलब है. My identity or my honesty, whatever I want to say, my truth is a song. Whoever's picturized, whatever the film is, it's yeah, this is a part of the film. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to sing it any differently if it's for a small film or for a big film. What I'm trying to say is that for me, if the song has connected to me, which invariably, thankfully so, I've had so many songs to do, they've all connected to me in some level. नहीं तो मेरे से गाना होता ही नहीं है फरीदून. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि यार ये कुछ जम नहीं रहा है. Unless यहाँ से वो connect होगा ना तो मैं गाना attempt नहीं करता हूँ usually. And I'm very honest about that. I'm very, very honest about it. Sometimes I don't mind losing out on a good song. It's okay because I feel that it's better to let someone else do a song well than to you try struggle with a song and not get on with it. Because you're putting yourself actually into a bad space mentally.
Right.
You know, sometimes you don't connect. It's a creative thing here. It's not like कि तूने मसाले डाल दिया, सब सब्जी डाल के बना दिया तो रेसिपी हो गई, बना तैयार हो जाएगा. You know, ऐसा नहीं होता. ये बात जो है मैंने शुरू से अपने मन में तय कर रखी थी, जब मेरे से कोई गाना कनेक्ट होगा तो मैं आराम से उसको निभा पाऊंगा. विद विशाल I did a lot of songs actually. We did माचिस के बाद मैंने हम पंछी डाल की एक फिल्म आई थी. शशिलाल नायर वाज डूइंग अ फिल्म. उसमें मेरे 5 गाने थे. वो फिल्म ही नहीं बनी यार. उसके बाद I think I did बेताबी and some more songs with him. Then after that again over the years I've worked with Vishal for अभी जो कौन लास्ट फिल्म आई थी अजय देवगन वाली कौन सी थी और दृश्यम. He did a soundtrack for that. Then I did ओ मामा इन साथ खून माफ. Then I did Panch. Have you heard the song मैं खुदा?
Yes.
कभी सुनना है Faridoon? If you haven't heard
That was
it.
epic album actually.
हाँ, if you guys also, all of you, my friends behind this cameras here and the ones who are watching it, listen to this song called मैं खुदा from a film called Panch. It is not released,
Yeah.
but YouTube पे है because it's very very ahead of its time song. Vishal Bhardwaj did this song long back, 99 2000 में किया था ये गाना हमने. पल के बाद roughly. तो विशाल और मेरी तो यार अच्छी दोस्ती है beginning से.
As you said that your passion was primarily album. Films happen.
Yeah.
So you had Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, Tadap Tadap in '98, and then Pal happened after that, your album.
True.
And I still remember when that album came, Sony had given it all. It was an era of albums, and it was one of the most expensive albums at that point of time. I think more than 1 crore was spent on
Advertising. I mean,
the entire thing,
the videos
music
and everything.
videos.
Yeah.
Shamim had
Shamim Desai, yeah.
Shamim Desai had made the music video. And the songs of Pal, at least Pal and Yaro, they are still as relevant and popular as they were 20 years back.
True.
What do you make of
Well, I think primarily first I have to thank Mehboob for writing lyrics which are timeless, you know, because I think lyrics, they are the gap, I mean, they're the threading force which, you know, which ties generations together, if you were to look at it. Some songs stay on for the fact that everybody can relate to the lyrics. And then, of course, I have to thank Leslie and this whole Sony Music team. I remember when Leslie, in fact, you know, I did lot of jingles with Leslie. I did Dil Mange Mein or with somebody else, but a lot of these popular jingles he compiled and gave it to Sony Music, because Sony Music in India was coming to India, Sony Music International in 97, 98. And they were looking for a debut artist. This is like really way back. So there are a lot of people in the fray, you know, everybody is saying, Achha, they're giving the CDs or whatever. And Leslie said, मैं तेरा करता हूँ. I'll put it. I said, okay. That also I didn't do, huh? I mean, I was like, ठीक है, हो जाएगा यार. मतलब, I'm like one bard, you know, I'm just saying, I just love to sing. जो आता है मेरे सामने कोई आया तो गाना मैं कर लेता हूँ. मैं ये सोच के नहीं आता कि मैं ये करूँगा तो गाना हिट होगा. या मैं प्लान नहीं जिंदगी में कभी ना जिंदगी में I've never planned anything. And I feel it's so nice to not plan, because if you plan, you have expectations. If your expectations don't work out, you start feeling sad. So better not to plan on anything, because as it is, it's not going to work by your plan. हाँ, you can say, okay, ठीक है, आज मैं केके को मिलने जा रहा हूँ और मैं बोलूँ मेरे को फरीदून को मिलना है तो मैं 12 बजे मिल लूँगा. ये प्लान कर सकते हैं. इसके आगे और कोई नहीं प्लान कर सकते, you know. We can plan this and hope that we can meet. So when I went and Leslie gave that things, they said, yeah, this guy sounds nice and all, blah blah. We had 2-3 meetings and they signed me up in '98 for the debut artist in India. I was like, wow, you know, because this is like, I said, boss, thank you, because it was my dream to do an album.
Right.
And ऊपर से सोने पे सुहागा debut artist in India for Sony Music International. मैंने कहा भगवान, thank you so much. This is like one double winner, you know. So we recorded '98, and the same year, like you said, we did तरफ तरफ के. I had no clue at that time कि 98 में दोनों मैंने गाने के कौन सा क्या हिट होगा क्या नहीं. मैं तो बस अब गाना गाया और छोड़ दिया. 99 में पल रिलीज हुआ. It just became a cult album over the next I think 6 to 8 months. You know, the video and everything became huge. And I traveled a lot doing shows and all. I remember early days. And I felt so happy. Then I just sensed that feeling of गहरा सुकून बोल सकते हैं कि मैंने सोचा था मैं कर पाया. But I think when तरफ तरफ released ना, it opened up something else inside me. The song became a hit, you know, all that is separate. But I just realized that here is a space which is not mine as such. As in, I'm a singer. It's not me as an artist with my own albums and my own perceptions of music. This is something that I did for you. And you gave me that song and I did it. And then I said, wow, how would it be if I just kind of, you know, because right after that 99, why I'm coming to this topic is I had that option of following it up with more albums, because in Sony Music they were very keen that, you know, Pal become hit, so make an album next year or next to next year max. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do that, you know. But little did I realize at that point that life is not how you plan it. I said, okay, let me just walk this line a little. मैंने फिल्म के गाने किए, मैंने कहा और थोड़ा करके देखता हूँ. तो उस समय क्या हुआ फिर 2000 में दिल चाहता है आ गई. Also the music
कोई
directors,
गए.
कोई गए. अनु मलिक के साथ भी मैंने काम किया था. मुझे कुछ कहना है. प्यारे रे फ्रॉम अनदर फिल्म.
That was another big hit.
हाँ,
मुझे कुछ कहना
मुझे
है.
कुछ कहना था. बिग हिट.
तुषार कपूर and करीना.
करेक्ट. एंड मेरे को लगा कि यार मैं ना थोड़ा रुक जाता हूँ फॉर द नेक्स्ट एल्बम, बिकॉज आई जस्ट रियलाइज दैट अरे आई एम सिंगिंग डिफरेंट सॉन्ग है. तरफ तरफ के वॉज कम्प्लीटली शॉर्ट आउट ऑफ द डार्क, फॉर मी. आई सेड आई हैवंट हर्ड एनीथिंग लाइक दिस बिफोर एंड आई काइंड ऑफ कनेक्टेड टू इट. सो दैट मीन्स देयर इज स्पेस देयर विद इन मी which can take on a song, make it mine and release it. So I said, maybe this is a good thing to do. Hang on to your album. So I said, wait, let me just walk this line. But वो walk करते करते started doing great songs, All my friends from advertising actually. Pritam, Vishal Shekhar, then Mithun came in. वो तो he was young of course.
बस एक पल.
बस एक पल, I'm saying what happened was this whole from 90s the transition to 2000 of music which happened was basically very like-minded people, like from my, I would say, my generation. The music was a little different. The production was different. It was not like how it was earlier, before, maybe early 90s, mid 90s. So it had changed, and that I liked a lot. I could connect. You know what I'm saying? So I said, if I can connect, then maybe I can walk that path a little bit.
A request of a lot of people is that if you can please sing a couple of lines from Bas Ek Pal and Yaron. That's something that
Okay.
everyone loves.
Sure, sure. हम रहे या ना रहे कल, कल याद आएंगे ये पल, पल ये हैं प्यार के पल. चल आ मेरे संग चल, चल सोचे क्या छोटी सी है जिंदगी, कल मिल जाए तो होगी खुश नसीबी. हम रहे या ना रहे याद आएंगे ये पल.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And two lines of Yaron, please. That's another beautiful song.
यारों दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है. कोई तो हो राज़दार, बेगरज तेरा हो यार, कोई तो हो राज़दार.
Fantastic, fantastic. One thing that I personally notice about your singing is that, and I think that's something which is very unique about your singing, is that your ability to, throw the voice at a certain juncture. Like say Pal, for example, you take it on the high pitch, and then when you leave the phrase with that lingering feeling, just holding something back, and it has that desired impact on the listener. How have you learned that? Is it something that someone has taught you, told you, or is it something that you've learned through your jingle experience? Is it something that you've learned in the studio while you're just recording it?
I understand what you're saying, but it's not something that I've consciously tried and done. I have not learnt anything as such, but like listening to other people over the years. So when you hear different songs, different genres of songs, and then you try to imbibe them, and then you pick up some things. Now, also when you hear a melody and a line along with it, so I think there's some connect which happens with me. It's like almost like a direct connection with the lyrics and the song. It's like everything is very clear. It's like some other, how to explain to you, it's like some other zone. So I don't look at it like, okay, I need to do this like this. When I'm singing, it just happens and it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a preempted or something preconceived here that I think, okay, this song, because most of the songs that I do, even in films, I don't rehearse the song too much. I don't know how to put this across. It's like I learn a song. Suppose I get a song to do, they send me on the mail. I'll listen to it, I'll live with it for a bit. I'll get the gist of the song, I'll get the melody, I'll get the feel. But I won't sing it so much that there is no newness to it, So when I go to a studio, I still want it to be fresh in me. Fresh as in, I should be able to do things which I haven't done. in my rehearsals or whatever. I wanted to be like, okay, I've done some sketches at home and I'm making some ideas and I'll put it down. But when I get a canvas, I've not done anything before. I'm just go for it at that time. So a song is like that for me. It's like it talks to me in its own way. And to answer your question, simply like how have I learned that? I really don't know. I mean, I just do it because I think that's the way to do it. I mean, that's how I feel from within. That particular song needs it, so I'll do it like that. That's all.
I still remember Pal was, I think, one of the most brilliantly produced albums, be it the recording, the re-recording, the mastering, the music arrangements, like the guitars, everything. It was something which was international class.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.
Now, it was an era of pop music.
Correct.
And maybe it was an era 95 to maybe 2000 that it was doing pretty well. There were albums which had done like really, really well. Late 90s.
Yeah.
What I personally felt a bit sad about was that even though Pal received very good reviews, but लेकिन जो sales maybe जो deserve करते थे शायद उतना नहीं हुआ. And at the same time, there were albums, there were songs which were very ordinarily produced. सिर्फ keyboard के ऊपर everything was arranged and the entire thing, even recording maybe was not up to the mark. But maybe they I wouldn't name it because maybe it's not fair.
Yeah.
But they did really well, good in terms of numbers.
Numbers, yeah.
Is that something that upsets you? That maybe the appreciation of music at times is missing?
Not really, Faridoon. I mean, I never got into the numbers at that point. I didn't know. I never asked Sony Music how many albums we sold. I just relied on the fact that when I was doing shows, I got a lot of appreciation back from an audience.
Yeah.
The
songs are classics. The songs are classic. They're absolutely not.
Like you're saying, numbers or CDs or cassettes being sold, or number of hits now, like you say, I think there are a lot of other factors there for a song to become a hit or for it to become really popular. Maybe even if it's a simply produced song, like even on a keyboard, there might be something which maybe the masses they like more in that. So I didn't ever kind of think like that. It never crossed my mind or ever felt upset about it. I do feel that Pal or Yaro could have been much more bigger than they turned out to be.
Right.
But Faridoon, what's interesting is like, even now it's still growing. What I'm trying to say is that, like you said, it's become a classic. So there are very few songs from that era which became classics.
Definitely.
There are just maybe 5 or 6 which you can count on your head, in your fingers, Now they have survived that whole time of maybe one particular kind of production which made those other songs which you said work for that particular time. Right. So when you look at it in the long run, actually you feel pretty good because you survived that test of time.
You said that you were not like really keen on film music. You have survived for 20 years. The interesting part is that there have been several singers who've really peaked and maybe after that they've vanished. You're still relevant. You've just had a Tum Na Aaye from Badla. You're having 2 songs in Sarak 2. Yeah. What is it, the learning that you've had? When your songs, they are picturized on someone like Salman Khan for Tadap Tadap or Tu Jo Mila from Bajrangi Bhaijaan and the mammoth reach that they have, what is your understanding of this confluence?
I owe a lot, in fact, a lot of my life, a lot of my creativity to the film industry. Okay, I've done a lot of songs in the film industry. But when I came from Delhi to Mumbai, I wasn't very keen at that point because I wanted to do my album. That was my dream. Now, when I realized my dream in 99, when Pal happened, it's strange. Once you want to buy a car, you get your car. After that, it's lying in the parking lot. Then you think, now what? It's as simple as that. Once I did my album, it was a dream. I did it and it turned out well. People loved it. Now what? Yes, we do another album, but I think that's when I said, when Taraf Taraf Ke happened, I just saw it was like a fork, and I saw this is a little faint street light there. I said, let's walk a little. But little did I realize that street light is going to open up into one huge highway, unending highway. It's been going on for the last 23 years. I've been singing for 23 years now in that film industry, right. Which has become such an integral part of me, and I've become an integral part of it. Now, that's exactly what I said when I said, you can plan things. Yeah, I want to do albums. I did my second album 2008 mein, Humsafar. After what, 9 years? Now it's 11 years now since I did another album. I still want to make my music. 99, when I did this whole transition in my headspace, that I said I want to get into film and do something with people was the reason. The reason was that as an artist, as a singer, I only stand to gain. The more I work with more people, they give me their inputs about music, about their likes, about their musical ideologies. We connect to people, we interchange, we exchange ideas. It's a creative process. If I'm working by myself, at that point, I thought I was too 99 में I was too पल किया मैंने ठीक है मैं और 2-3 एल्बम करता शायद maybe it would have been good, maybe I don't know which way it would have gone, but for me I thought I have to expand my horizon. My spectrum has to increase. I have to learn, I have to be able to get over my comfort zone. If I have any insecurities, get over them as well, because that was right at the beginning. Faridoon, right at my start of my career, I can't have insecurities. I can't have blocks in my head and say that नहीं मैं ये नहीं करूँगा, मैं ये करूँगा. मैंने सब कुछ किया मेरे सामने जो आता है उस वक्त सब सिर्फ एक काम मैंने किया. मैंने को जो मेरे फ़ोन करते ना साहब आपके लिए बिल्कुल तरफ तरफ जैसे गाना बना है टू डक इट, बिकॉज मैंने कहा तरफ तरफ विल कम वंस इन अ लाइफ टाइम. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डू अनदर सॉन्ग बिकॉज पीपल थिंक इज लाइक तरफ तरफ, बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू गेट टाइप कास्ट.
That's you manage very, very successfully.
I managed that very successfully. Thank God for that. Because I didn't want to get typecast in an industry where everybody have to put in a slot. It's like that. अच्छा ये ऐसे गाने गाता है. So what I did, I took my time. I did like मुझे कुछ कहना. I did बंदा है बिंदा से. I did आवारापन. I did तू आशिकी. I did अलविदा. I did ओ मामा. Then romantic song like शब. Yeah, recently. Then तू जो मिला. You said. Then आँखों में तेरी जब सी. I'm just saying. What I'm trying to say is, every singer has a capability to react to a song,
right,
provided you give that chance. So I wanted to get that chance for me. So I said, let me walk this line. And 99 से लेके आज तक आज के जनरेशन के साथ मैं काम कर रहा हूँ, and it feels like it doesn't feel like 23 years. Faridoon, I don't feel like oh shit 23 साल हो गए. I don't realize that time going by because you're doing something you love to do. You just look forward to it. We just yesterday, in fact, I had a meeting with Mahesh Bhatt and Pooja Bhatt. All of us got together. We're doing another song next
Sadak
week.
2.
Yeah, Sadak 2. That's my third song now. So I'm saying is, it's such a great feeling, after all these years that you're still doing something so relevant in an industry which keeps changing, which keeps evolving,
right,
constantly. New music directors, new actors, new film producers. I mean, I'm saying the whole gamut keeps changing. It's over the years. So I have learned so much, and that I think makes me who I am in totality today. So when I say that now, I think I'm ready to do something that I want to do now. It's taken me again, goddamn 11 years to actually do something from my perspective. I don't know why I'm so slow. Perhaps the reason is because I think that I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm enjoying it. It's not that I'm bored with it. Sometimes you need to यार मेरे को अपना करना है. ऐसा नहीं है. ये कर रहा हूँ मेरे को अंदर से, लेकिन मेरी अंदर चाह बढ़ रही है. I'm getting restless. यार 2 एल्बम किए मैंने यार 23 साल में, कमाल है. नहीं 20 ईयर्स 99 में, और अभी 21 ईयर्स हो गया यार. तूने 2 एल्बम किए. कभी मैं अपने को बात करता हूँ ना, क्या बेवकूफ़ है यार. तो मैं घर में बोलता हूँ तो माई वाइफ एंड माई किड्स से यू मैड, व्हाट अबाउट द अदर फिल्म सॉन्ग दैट यू डन. सो बट आई डिस्काउंट दैट. I don't know why I do that, because as an artist I am a sum total of whatever I do, right? I sing for film, I do whatever else, advertising.
do shows.
Yeah, I do shows. But from my perspective as an artist, I say, no, but you've done only 2 albums. You suck at it. So this person inside me, he say, you suck at it. You're a great singer, you're a great vocalist, you go sing people's songs, fantastic, you do justice, all blah, 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 all that's great. But what about yourself? So then I tell myself, yeah, I know, I'll do it. It's a constant dialogue which goes on in my head.
Right. But what about singles? Don't you want to do
I'm working on one.
You are?
Yeah, I'm working on one. This year, मेरे को हाथ मिला पहले and wish me luck.
Told you earlier that Tadap Tadap and Tu Jo Mila on Salman Khan. You've done many songs with Imran Hashmi. I've spoken to Imran Hashmi that KK has been your voice, and all your songs with Imran have been
huge,
super hits. How does it add to your persona when a successful star is just lip syncing your songs? It is picturized on them, and their fans, they start identifying
with
the
me as a
entire,
singer,
entire
with the
world,
voice, yeah,
including
yeah,
you.
yeah.
That includes you.
It feels great, yeah. I mean, Faridoon, because see, all the actors that I've worked with are fantastic in what they do. Okay, they're very committed people, and they also do what I do. In the sense, I'm committed to my art, they're committed to theirs. If I don't do my job well, they won't be able to do theirs well, because they lip sync to my voice, and they lip sync to an emotion which I set for them. If you tell me that this is the scene of the film, and I know what the gist of the thing is about, then I just enact a song. Actually, we have to look at it in a melodic sense. What is a song? It is a set of lyrics or a dialogues, if you want to call that, put into a set of notes. So it's sung rather than you act it out. Correct? for me, from my perspective. So when I do that, I know an Imran or a Salman or Shah Rukh, they are also actually, they know what the song is, where it's coming from or where it's going, and they have to do a lip sync to a voice, okay, which is not theirs, which is, I'm sure, very difficult for them as well.
It's high pitched as well.
Yeah. No, in fact, actually, to imagine, अरे यार मेरे को उसकी आवाज़ के साथ मैच करना है, मेरी आवाज़ तो है नहीं, to listen to someone else's voice,
Right.
it's a tough job to make that your own, from their perspective. I'm trying to understand from their perspective. So the least I can do is put the emotions in place, because voice will get the thing going, but emotions is what will connect to that actor who's going to feel that song and put it out there, because you will see an actor's face. He'll be lip syncing the lines, but you'll see at his face the emotion that he's actually trying to portray.
Right.
And that's what connects my voice to an audience through the actor.
Because I was reading one of your interviews and you've said that you're not that keen to be seen. You're more keen that your voice should be heard. Please elaborate. Why do you say that?
Cameras don't make me very comfortable. I mean, right now I'm comfortable because I'm with you. But by myself, if I was to stand somewhere and someone is shooting me, I feel very awkward. I'm very comfortable with the mic. Also, I feel the more you're seen, there's a part of you which goes away. In the sense, anonymity goes out of the window. I can still be anonymous a lot of places. I can just go in and go out. Even by the time they look the second time, I'm already out of there. So it gives me a sense of freedom, which I don't want to let go. I'm a very private person. I'm a very private person. I'm fiercely protect my privacy. To an extent that could be psychotic. No, that's a very strong word. But what I'm trying
You're
to
simple,
say,
basically. I've always known you as someone who's intensely simple and who's not at all like competitive in a good sense. That you're very happy with if anyone is doing a good work, or because there many times people can be like fiercely competitive and unhealthily competitive. And I think that is one of the reasons why you have survived for such a long time and still at top of the game, because inherently you're known as a very nice person, as a nice human being.
Thank you so much for saying that. But what I'm trying, I know what you're saying. See, it's like if you keep a clean slate, all right, it's very easy to put ideas into that slate. When I'm going to sing a song, if I'm carrying a lot of baggage with me, or some stress, or whatever else, so you just kind of say, "Arey yaar, itna sab kuch chal raha hai, main kya kar raha hu?" You don't want to burden yourself with all these things. All you have to do is, I'm a singer, I'm a musician, I'm a singer. If I get a song to do, I'll enjoy myself. If not, I'll chill at home. I don't want to do anything else other than that, because the only two things I do, I'm a family guy or I'm working. I'm traveling at gigs or whatever that is, other thing when you're working. So for me, this competition has always been healthy, because अरे यार शुरू से हम आए यहाँ पे सब अपने दोस्त नहीं हैं इस इंडस्ट्री में. When I came in also, I didn't know many people, but I connected with them over the years. They've supported me, they've encouraged me, they've been with me, and they've given me some great songs to sing. All my music director friends, they've believed my ability, and that faith is there. It's such a great feeling, Faridoon, to be in an industry where you have survived for 23 years with a whole bunch of people who are also walking along with you.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic feeling, and it stems from the fact that you got to keep it very simple, because it is only that, simplicity. What would you say is simplicity? I would say that it is just your ability to disconnect from things that anyone, from my perception, okay, that bothers you, and it could be anything. Just cut away from that and keep it simple in your head. It starts from here. All this, it's not about having an attitude of simplicity or pretending to, just be simple within. And that comes from a fact that you're not insecure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not insecure about anything. There are hundreds of singers, like great singers, great voices, rightfully so, because India is a huge country with millions of people. And how can you say that there are only 5 singers here or only 10 singers? Kamal hai, kisi ki jagi rahi? Nahi hai. There are so many singers who have come in the last 5-6 years who are fantastic, male, female. So many new music directors pouring their heart out into whatever they do. As an audience, I would say, wow, man, look at the talent we have in our country. I'm very proud to be a part of this.
You've also told me a long time back that you're not a trained singer. You've not taken classical training.
Yeah.
What has been the contribution of the fact that you've been a very prolific performer in shows, and your early stint as far as advertising goes, because I'm sure that must have given you a lot of experience of how to function on a mic in a studio and how your voice sounds after modulation and how much you have to throw and what is it that you need to maybe precise about certain things, what is it that you need to edit out of your system. How much has been the contribution of your performance, being a performing artist, and your early stint in advertising, in just framing your voice, the way the structure is?
Advertising also was in a recording studio. Okay?
Right.
So a studio is a very controlled environment, whether it's advertising, whether you're doing songs, films. It's a very controlled environment, and you have the ability to retake if you're not happy with whatever you've done. Live music is very different. It's very field driven. It's bigger in the sense there's an audience there. You're not singing. When you're creating a song, you could be just singing it for maybe 2-3 people in a studio, and that's a creative, it's a fountainhead, and its ideas are forming. और वो ये जो गाना मैं record करूँगा, this will set a kind of a tonality for people to listen for maybe generations. Like for example, a pal, okay, or a taraf ke. When I recorded it, there was a certain emotion which I recorded there, and that set that whole space for it, and it grew from there. In a live situation is very different. It's like you look at people, you react more, people around you, and you take on from them. Sometimes you change something while singing. It's very different. But if you say कि how I have learned over the years, पहले मैं शुरू में बिल्कुल मैं एक जगह में खड़े होकर गाता था, मतलब कॉलेज के डेज में, I used to sing. गाता मैं तभी भी था. I used to sing Billy Joel, Guns N' Roses, everything. Sting. Now I sense a level of confidence. I feel like the stage is something which I own, which I walk into for the next 2-3 hours. It's mine, and from here there's an energy transfer that's going to happen to all these thousands of people who are listening to me, and they're going to connect to me, soul to soul. It's a different high, Faridoon. I can't explain to you. It's like you're on stage and you are just looking at people who have come to listen to you. So many people. तुम्हें लगता है यार कि thank you God. I mean, like, for giving me that this connect with an audience who love my songs. But when you're singing in a studio, it's very spiritual, I would say. That space is very, very different. It's like you yourself. It's a very daunting task at times, I would say. Mahesh Bhatt saying, यार क्या तुम अकेले करके गाते हो तुम singers, must be a very daunting thing, which is rightfully said, because you have this whole song with so many lyrics, so many lines to sing, and on film, a portion of the film is riding on that emotion which you're putting into that song.
Right.
I don't think like that, because then you'll become very weighed down. Oh, बहुत भार है. नहीं. You are in the wheel, just making the motion. So you go with the motion. You say, Acha, this is my song, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to just enjoy the next 2 hours, this life that I have. And then, if it becomes a hit later on, I'll be singing the same song for thousands of people in different concerts over the world. All these thoughts don't come. I'm saying कि ये जो होता है ना, ये बड़ा एक subtle एक process होता है. So for me, technique, if you say, on stage is very different because you hold a different mic and you're belting it out. My songs are very high pitch also. In a studio is different, but there are certain things which I don't do. For example, drink anything cold. और तली हुई चीज़ें नहीं खा रही, मतलब शो से पहले या रिकॉर्डिंग से पहले वैसे खा लो. ऐसे नहीं कि you deny yourself things that you want to do in life. But when you're going to do some creative process, you just need to make sure the physical side is good. अगर आपने कहीं पहुंचना है, अगर आप गाड़ी में फ्यूल नहीं डालोगे, तेल नहीं डालोगे, घटकुट करके रुक जाएगा, तो फिर तुम पहुंच ही नहीं पाओगे. I also feel like that. I have to make sure that my system is good so that I can do the best. It's like I want to eat a heavy meal. If I eat a heavy meal and go, then I can't breathe deep. So shallow breaths means I will be able to sing with enough energy. So I would skip lunch if I'm recording an early, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'll have a brunch, and I won't eat anything for that much time. Even recording shows also, I don't eat, because कभी मैं लंच के बाद कुछ नहीं खाता हूँ पूरी रात को वापस आके कुछ हल्का खा लेता हूँ, क्योंकि यार शो के वक्त भी ना सेम ही होता है, एनर्जी बहुत चाहिए होती है, खाना चाहिए होता है, लेकिन ये जो एरिया होता है ना, दिस शुड बी ready to take on that breath energy which you need to generate for the next 2 hours. So these are something which I've learned in the last 23 years of my existence as a singer. Certain do's and don'ts which I stick by. It has helped me. Maybe it will help some other people. Maybe it not. A lot of people like to eat and go. हाँ, मेरे दोस्त हैं वो सिगरेट भी मार के जाते हैं. मैं तो स्मोक नहीं कर सकता, मेरे गला खराब हो जाएगा. I've never smoked. But I'm saying I know a lot of people who smoke and go and belt it out and crack the whip. Each one to himself,
Right.
you know. So for me, this has worked.
Any three song of yours that you think changed your life?
तरफ तरफ के पल अजब सी.
Which song comes to your mind when I describe the following incidents? Your crush looks at you and gives you a beautiful smile to you.
आंखों में तेरी अजब सी. 100%.
You just realize that you have fallen in love with a girl who's already married.
Oh. दिल के अरमासों में बह गए.
Your dad catches you with your girlfriend.
यारों दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन.
Which is the favorite song of the following actors? Shah Rukh Khan.
I like कल होना हर घड़ी हर घड़ी
Right.
बदल. Sunu song. I like that a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Salman Khan.
तरफ तरफ के I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Just love the way he's emoted that song.
Ranbir Kapoor.
खुदा जाने.
Khuda Jaane, yeah. Can you have two lines to that? That is a fabulous song. Yeah?
खुदा जाने के मैं फिदा हूँ. खुदा जाने मैं मिट गया. खुदा जाने ये क्यों हुआ है कि बन गए हो तुम मेरे खुदा.
Wow. And my cameraman is requesting for Tadap Tadap.
Okay,
Two
sure,
lines because I think we can't.
तड़प तड़प के इस दिल से आह निकलती रही. मुझको सजा दी प्यार की. ऐसा क्या गुनाह किया तो लुट गए. हाँ लुट गए. तो लुट गए हम तेरी मोहब्बत में.
Which is your favorite song of Hrithik Roshan?
I think I like that song. Picturized very well from the first film with Lucky sang.
Right.
I like that song. I like that. I like Lucky's song also. I love the way he's sung that song, and I think it worked very well for Hrithik.
What would your autobiography be called?
My autobiography. KK.
Apart from that, any?
I don't think I'll ever do an autobiography. Honestly, Faridoon, it's a little too much.
So if someone is writing a biography, what do you think should be titled?
KK the voice.
A contemporary singer you admire and why?
I like Arijit a lot. I like Benny. I mean, I'm just naming a few because I think these.
Benny Dayal.
Yeah, Benny Dayal, because they're my dear friends, and I think they're very, very soulful singers, both of them, and different genres, both of them sing. And I think their connect to a song also is right by me. You know, when they sing a song, there's nothing extra, cooking extra. You know, it's just perfect.
Yeah, Arijit looks up to you. He considers you as his idol.
Yeah. So what do you think?
How do you react to it? Because he's one of the most sought after singers today.
Yeah, I mean, see, he's a kid. I mean, I remember him from Fame Gurukul, and it feels very good. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I've heard that he looks up to me and I'm his idol. So I think I've done few things good in life, perhaps. So feels good.
Quick replies in one word, please. One song without which KK the singer is incomplete.
Pal.
Last Hindi song that you heard and liked a lot.
Tum Na Aaye. I love that song. First song I did for Amal as a love kind of a song, a beautiful ballad. I really, really loved it.
Your most favorite co-singer?
Sunidhi and Shreya. I can't say one because I've sung beautiful songs with both of them.
One actor you'd like to sing for?
Okay, I've never thought about this, honestly. Well, I think I'm going to be singing a song for Sanjay Dutt. I haven't sung a song for him.
Sadak 2.
Yeah, Sadak 2. So I'm looking forward to that because I like the way he is, and I'm really looking forward to these songs because they're also beautiful songs. I've done two songs and
I'm sure.
very, very emotionally satisfying.
Your most favorite music composer?
Over the years, I think if you were to hear my songs, starting from Preetham, Ismail Darbar, Vishal Shekhar, Shankar Ehsaan Loy, all these guys, they have contributed in my existence as a singer here. So I think I have so many of my favorites. If I pick all these music directors, I would have at least 3 or 4 favorite songs from them. So it will be very difficult for me to pick one favorite. Yeah, but I think they're all buddies actually, you know. They're all very dear friends. Shankar and I go back again from advertising. We used to do jingles together. Vishal Shekhar also. Preetham too. I remember Preetham. Sorry to, I'm deviating a little bit. Preetham and I actually went, when I heard Alvida the first time, we were actually in Galactica in 97. So that connect, which all of us have had, is where I think the truth comes out of, as a song. When you sit together, I mean, when he gives me a song and we do something, it's a very, very deep connect. It's not ऐसे हेलो हाय ऐसा वाला कनेक्ट नहीं है और ये हमारा सबके साथ है ये जितने भी मेरे इंडस्ट्री मेरे जितने भी लोग हैं ना ये म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर्स यहाँ बॉम्बे में आई एम सेइंग आई वर्कड विद म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर्स फ्रॉम द साउथ आल्सो बट द कनेक्ट इज ऑफ कोर्स मोर हियर
ये या वो either or if you have to pick one. प्रीतम या अमित त्रिवेदी?
प्रीतम
श्रेया घोषाल या सुनिधि चौहान?
सुनिधि
तू आशिकी है या मैं हूँ डॉन?
बहुत सो डिफरेंट तू आशिकी
योर फेवरेट शाहरुख खान या सलमान खान?
शाहरुख
फेवरेट मूवी जॉनर रोमांटिक कॉमेडी या सस्पेंस थ्रिलर?
मूड पे डिपेंड होता है फरीदून मूड पे डिपेंड होता है आई लव सस्पेंस थ्रिलर्स एक्चुअली बट आई लव रोमांटिक कॉमेडीज टू आई सिट एंड वॉच विद माय वाइफ
फेवरेट लिरिसिस्ट गुलजार या जावेद अख्तर?
Oh, I like both of them. Gulzar Saab, yeah, I started my career with him.
फिल्म्स या वेब सीरीज?
Web series now.
चिकन बिरयानी या मटन बिरयानी?
I'm a vegetarian. As of now. But yeah, when I was a non-vegetarian, I would eat chicken biryani more.
Plagiarism?
Not.
Remixing an old classic song?
Borders on the not, but sometimes if it's done well, then why not?
Rap?
It's hot, I think, right now.
Dancing on streets?
Talking about me, I can't dance anywhere, so not for me.
Bathroom singing?
Hot all the time.
Smoking?
Not at all.
All right, so KK, lovely talking to you.
Hey man,
Thank you very much for your
it was
time.
my pleasure.
And looking forward to Sadak 2 and everything that you're going to be doing. You said that you'll be doing a single very soon. So that's something that we're looking forward to. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Faridoon.
Thank
Great
you.
time. I enjoyed myself.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so much, bro.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is KK and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.